Hi boys and girls, welcome to Mr. D's history class. The objective for today's lesson and over the next couple of days, you're going to create your own digital slideshow showing at least 3 causes of the American Civil War. So the directions, how are we going to do this? Well, based on the information we've learned in class, the videos we watched with Ken Burns and the oral discussion, you're going to take that knowledge along with your textbook and use your Cornell notes also. What should be on each one of my slides? Well, on each slide you should have at least one cause and a simple basic picture. Your voice is going to be the most important tool that you add to your slide. You're going to explain in detail why the causes led towards the American Civil War. So let's probably review some of the causes that we've studied over the past couple of weeks here. Number one was the Compromise of 1850. That was when California wanted to be admitted into the Union. Was it going to come in as a free state or a slave state? And it came in as a free state, and it made the northern states happy. So to appease the southern or slave-only states, the Fugitive Slave Act was passed. Uncle Tom's Cabin is another cause. I have a slide to show you exact examples on that. The bleeding in Kansas, where popular sovereignty was introduced, and the people of that area would decide if it was going to be slave or a free area. More examples of the causes of the American Civil War was the Dred Scott case. Dred Scott was a slave that tried to sue for his freedom. This case went all the way to the Supreme Court, and Roger B. Taney explained that Dred Scott couldn't even sue for his freedom, and that he was not even a citizen of the United States, and that now slaves were property and they could be carried anywhere based on the Constitution in the country. Very much made the southern states happy. The Harper's Ferry incident with our crazy abolitionist John Brown, whose goal was to go and murder all the slaveholders in the South, and it was disastrous for John Brown, but struck fear into slaveholders in the South. And last but not least was the election of 1860, where 4 candidates ran, and Abraham Lincoln won the presidency even though he didn't appear on 11 states' ballots in the South. So those are our causes that we've studied. Here's an example of one of my slides. Uncle Tom's Cabin started off as a book, and the book was by Harriet Beecher Stowe, and it was published in 1851, and it sold over 300,000 copies in America and also sold 200,000 copies in England. It turned into a play that traveled around the country, and Uncle Tom's Cabin was a very dramatic performance of what slavery was like to people that had no idea how slaves were treated. The Queen of England saw the play, Uncle Tom's Cabin, and wept openly about the horrific conditions that slaves went. It had a tremendous impact on the country and showed the true side of slavery. Southerners said that over-glorified what slaves were about, and it was another cause of the war. So when you're done with your slides, once again, you have to have at least 3. You should have a title page also. You can upload it to my YouTube account at danleyhistory@gmail.com. And once again, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be around each one of your stations. Thanks.